Hi, I'm Paul from Velo Works. Come and join me as I show you our latest restoration that's going out the workshop. Let's go. Been working on this restoration for quite a while. It's a 1950s Rotrax bike. It came to us as a frame only, may have had some brakes on it, but it came to us as a frame, and it's a track frame, and we have sent it to Argos Racing Cycles. They've done their magic and we've got it so it has a derailleur system and lots of lovely components that I'm going to talk you through. So here's the bike, as mentioned, a 1950s Rotrax. It's in Merck's blue, which is sweet. If you've seen our video about the Molten, Sarah's Molten, it's the same color, so it really pings in the light and really sparkles. So yeah, fortunate that we've had some experience with that color, so we knew the outcome of what it would look like. It's had gold lug lining. So lug lining is where the paint around the lugs just makes them pop a little bit and looks really nice. So it's had gold. We've had the gentleman's name and his dad's name put on the frame, so one either side as a tribute. We've had a nice new headset. Original type decals. They're not original decals, but they're original to the frame, including the 531 sticker, which is always a period sticker. So these were made in Southampton, and this is 1950s. The dropouts were chromed already. The frame actually wasn't in that bad a condition. It had had a respray by Argos before, but it had just lived in an attic and the guy wanted a different aim for the project. So dropouts were in good condition. They didn't need anything but a clean. It's nice having chrome dropouts because the wheels go in nicely. And yeah, it's just, they look quite nice. A little bit to maintain, you have to kind of keep on top of them, spray them, make sure water doesn't get on them, but yeah, they look really nice. So track dropouts, these aren't horizontal, but they're almost horizontal. So what we have to do is fit an aftermarket derailleur hanger. You can't really weld onto steel, it doesn't really work because of the pressure that especially modern derailleurs do. It can kind of snap. So the rear end's been made for 130mm. So 130mm spacing, which is a modern spacing, and then the frame tracked to use with a derailleur system. The customer wanted some Campagnolo components, so we've gone for Campagnolo, old school Campagnolo derailleurs. We've gone for Campagnolo hubs. The wheels I've built by hand using nice new spokes and Halo retro rims. Really like them. They built really nicely, and we're going to use them on a couple of our bikes, the Mercian and Sarah's Argos as well, because they're a really good option and I think they look lovely. So as mentioned, the gearing system's Campagnolo, around about 70s, 80s. The rear derailleur you can see us polish in another video and bring back to life for this project. I always use a newer freewheel and chain on these projects. Obviously a newer chain is really important, but a newer freewheel, you can get new old stock freewheels, but I prefer the customer to go away with something that's nice and new. So we put that on. The only challenge with the gearing system and the challenge with the bike, the rest of it's come together really well, is just the rear dropouts were just a little bit too high. So I've had to do some fabrication of the rear derailleur hanger just to enable there to be clearance of the jockey wheels and the freewheel. So that's the only hurdle. Took a little while to overcome and think about what was the best solution, but I got it nicely nailed. But a bit of learning for me in the future, yeah, sometimes the track dropouts can just be a little bit high or a little bit on an angle. So when you're putting a derailleur system on, it's not just an easy transfer, as it were. So when you're using newer parts that look old on a vintage bike, it's called neo-retro. So what I've done here is, it's difficult with braking systems with vintage bikes because they're usually knackered. Like, not knackered it, but tarnished, they've been hit. You know, they stick out from the bike, so they're the first thing to get impact. So I do like to go for a newer braking system. Also, it's safer just because, you know, all the products are new. So what we've done is Diacompi, which I believe that's how you say it, do some lovely components. They do these long drop 730 brakes, because this bike would have been for a 27 1 1/4 wheel, which is slightly higher, so you have to have these kind of longer brakes. It's really nice. The brake pads on these match everything that I've done. That was luck, actually. But we've got nice new levers. They're really adjustable and they just feel really solid. No kind of sponginess to them. We've gone for new stem and handlebars, which I do like because I don't want there to be a problem with someone's handlebars that you can't see. So all of this, the braking system, saddle, seat post, is an ode to the past. We've got some lovely exaggerated cables. So another standout neo retro piece that I'm really happy with is this chain set. I was going to go for a vintage chain set, but again, I just couldn't find one that really popped, and this was a really nice option. Also, the gears are a bit more forgiving. If you go for like a vintage chain set, they can be like 52, 39 teeth, so they're really hard to ride. So we don't want to be giving a bike back to someone and then not be usable. So this has been a really nice option. So yeah, what do you think? Let us know. It's been a really nice project. A lot of thought's gone into it. We hope he's happy with it. We're about to give it back to him. It's just, yeah, lovely. It rides really nice. It's super light as well. I would put it on the scales, but I don't want to jinx anything by damaging it or anything. But I think it's definitely under 10 kilograms. The colour's lovely, and working with the owner and obviously Argos, we're able to create this wonderful timepiece. And it's so nice. This frame now has been properly treated that it's ready for another 40 or 50 years of service, you know, proper maintenance and being looked after. And then at some point in the future, someone can then just spray it again. If there's a problem, because it's steel, it can be welded and fixed. So it's just a really good way to reuse a product and look after something that's really important to someone, because I believe this did belong to his dad. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you have any projects that you do or any bikes, vintage bikes that you love. And we love to try and get back to every comment that we have. So yeah, thanks for watching and please subscribe.